to this week's Emily Draws, and this week we are going to be drawing Matilda's cat. So we're going to need a few things. First thing we're going to need, as always, is a pencil. Oops! So run and get your pencil and a rubber. Very good to have a rubber, and if you're going to use paints, you're going to need a couple of paintbrushes and some paints. These are my watercolour paints, but you can use any other thing you've got. You could use felt tips. I might actually use some wax crayons as well. Coloured pencils are very good too. So anything like that. So go and get them and then we'll begin. Just like with a lot, I think if you've done any more of my videos, you might know that most things start off life as a shape. And this shape is a triangle. It's not any old triangle, it's sort of like a right angle triangle. We're going to draw Matilda's cat sitting down. So you can see I've drawn down one side like a straight line, then a right angle that goes away from it. And then I'm going to make a curve that joins these two together. Sort of curvy, a curvy triangle. How are we doing? Just like that. Remember, if I'm going too fast for you, it's probably because I've had more practice than you, so don't worry about it. Just press the pause button and catch up, or you can rewind, whatever you need to do, and start again. So that's Matilda's cat's body. We're having Matilda's cat sitting down. Now we're going to draw Matilda's cat's head, and it's a similar sort of thing really. We're going to do a little line coming out near the top, and then one going up, and then we're going to do, so it's like a triangle right on the top there. And then I'm going to rub out all these little lines in between. There we go. It's already looking a bit cat-like, isn't it? And then I'm going to put the ears on. Matilda's cat seems to be all about triangles, I think. Right on the very top here, I'm going to put an ear, and then another ear, just there. I'm going to rub out those lines on that first ear, because that one's at the front. But I'm not going to rub out those lines, because that ear is slightly behind his head, so we would see the edge of his head there. I think we're doing all right so far. We've got the rough shape of Matilda's cat already. We're going to put a tail in. The tail's going to come from this end. You can do the tail any way you want. You could do it sticking up, you could do it going along. I'm going to do mine curving around. Whoop. Should have done it quite so big. In fact, I might make it a bit smaller. See what I mean? Making mistakes is the best thing to do, because some of the mistakes you make a mistake, you do what you didn't really mean to do, and you find out actually it's better than what you were planning to do. I call those happy mistakes. I'm going to make mine's tail just slightly smaller, because it's harder to see in this size of paper, isn't it? Okay, so that's a sort of outline of the cat. Now, we're going to put some legs on the cat. I'm going to do his front legs. The front leg is actually going to be the front of the drawing. I'm just going to do another line down, and then I'm going to put a little paw in there. I'm going to put a little curve like it's the front of his chest, just there. And then another two lines coming down with a little paw on the front there. What I might do is rub out, this rubber's a bit big for this. I've got a very good little rubber somewhere that's almost like as thin as a pencil. I'm going to rub out those lines. I might have to draw some back in again. I can't do it delicately enough. There we go. So we've got his two front legs, his chest. There we go. How are you doing? And then I'm going to draw this leg here. All I'm going to do is a curve. And then a little bit that comes along, little paws. That bit go back towards his bum. There we are. If you want, if you think this bit looks, actually I quite like it because he looks like a bit of a fat cat, and I think Matilda's cat is a bit of a fat cat. Then you move up, we're going to do his eye. We're going to put it about there, so just a bit down from the top, not quite halfway, just a bit above halfway. we're going to give him a lovely big round eye, but I don't think I want that, I think I'd put a dot right in the middle. I didn't want his pupil there. Got his eye, and on the end of his nose, you see I haven't quite joined that triangle. If you have, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do another triangle just in the end there. Like a cat's nose. I'm going to rub out that extra line I've got there. And I'm going to do a curve. He's going to be smiling at us. And I'm going to put his pupil there. Okay. I think it's time to colour him in a little bit. So Matilda's cat is a sort of, let's have a look at him. He's a sort of ginger cat, I'd say. So we need to mix up something. Ooh, look how dirty my palette is. Isn't that disgusting? I bet your palette is a lot clearer. Maybe you're using a saucer or something like that. So we're going to use a bit of, oh, I've got something quite good there already. This is actually a bit of yellow and a bit of red and a bit of this sort of brown colour. Let's see what that looks like on there. Oh, it's quite yellowy, isn't it? Doesn't matter. I'm going to put that pretty much all over him. I might leave his nose a bit, and I might leave a patch on his chest because he doesn't have, he has a white chest, I think, in the book. But actually, if you've got a cat at home, because if you've got a cat at home, it might be a good idea to go and look at your cat and make this a picture of your cat. So you might have a black and white cat, or you might have a tortoiseshell cat, or even a grey cat, or like my mum. My mum's got a Siamese cat. He's very difficult to draw because he's not big and fat like Matilda's cat. He's very skinny. He's got a long nose and he's got long ears and a long tail. So how are we doing? You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put your shading in. I think I'll do that next. So you need a sort of watered down black or a grey. I'm just going to put a bit of shading in behind that leg. Maybe a bit where he's sitting as well. Make him look like he's sitting on something solid. And just under the edge of this tail. I might put a little bit under his chin there. Just under his eye. Behind his leg. How are we doing? He looks a bit like an orange cat now, but he doesn't really look like a tabby cat, does he? I think we need to give him some stripes. So, stripes, let's have a think. Maybe a brown. What do you think? I've got a brown in here. Don't even need to do anything with it. If I use the brown and start with his tail, because that's a good place to practice, isn't it? Because we know what we're doing. We're just going to put some wet stripes on his tail. Stripe, stripe, stripe. Stripe, stripe, stripe. Have a look. If you've got a cat in front of you, if you've got a tabby cat, you can see what pattern there you've got. Matilda's cat has a sort of swirl on his thighs, and he also has his stripy legs. So we'll give him stripy legs. And stripes that go up towards his back. I'm making them slightly, look again, another triangle. Making them slightly triangular. And he's going to come in a little bit from the other side as well. There, like that. And then he's got a little, I'm going to go around, I'm going to get a smaller paintbrush, just a bit smaller. And I'm going to go around his eye. Not in his eye though, just round it if I can. Well look, I put orange on his nose and he should have a white nose. And then he's got a sort of line that goes away from the edge of his eye. Might make his nose a bit brown since it should have been white. And I'm going to make his ears a darker colour too. He's got his ears back a bit. He looks okay, I think. Maybe a pink nose. Do you know how to make pink? You need some white paint, which I'm a bit struggling with a bit in here because my palette's so dirty. A bit of white and a bit of red. And you've got a pale pink. I'll put that in his nose like there. Put a touch by his eye. I put a touch, just a tiny touch by his toes, so you can just see the pink of his toes. There. It does look a bit, it doesn't look quite right. I think what I'm going to do is maybe take a brown crayon. I've got a brown pencil, maybe that one's better. That's a better colour. And I'm going to draw some fur on him, like that, to make him look a bit more furry, because he doesn't look very furry, does he? Do you remember how we did the wolf? Lots of little lines. You can do something similar here. Have them come off the edge of your lines, so you don't have to keep within the first lines that you drew. You can go outside of that and it will make your drawing look a bit more lively. Also easier to do. There we go. And we have, oh, what's missing on this cat? Anyone know? I think he needs some whiskers. If you draw some little dots just by his nose, and then on this side, you have them come in any direction you want, and on the other side, just coming out from behind his nose. There. And they have quite long ones by their eyes too, don't they? What do we think? Might be put some little bits of fur in there with a pencil. And there we have Matilda's cat. Now, I would love to see the cats that you have drawn, whether they're Matilda's cat or whether they're more like your cat or a cat that you know. If you want to show me them, if you're on Facebook, put them in the comments thread below this video. And if you're on Instagram, put them with the hashtag Emily Draws and I will find them. See you soon.